Okay everyone, welcome back. Today's video is based off of a previous video I've done where I took my stock radio out and attempted to replace it with a premium stock Honda radio. If you watched that video, you saw that it didn't really work out that well. The volume sounded like crap and it kept the steering wheel controls. The iMid was still there, but everything, the volume just was completely unbearable. It was so low. So I went ahead and installed a aftermarket unit, Pioneer, soldered it all, put the wiring harness together. Now you'll need two wiring harnesses. You're going to need one for the main, to connect to the main part of the car, and then you're going to need one for the antenna. Make sure it has this blue wire, because this is a power antenna, so if you don't connect that, you're going to have a very shitty radio quality because it needs that boost. I also had purchased this. It was supposedly you could save your USB. After a lot of looking, I can't find anything that matches this connector. And then this part is supposed to go into the back of the deck there, where that wire is. And then you'd be able to use the USB in your console. But, as I said, there's nothing back there that matches this. So, that's not going to be possible. The other thing I've done is I hooked up a special wire to the aux port made by Kenwood. And from there, the rest of this video is going to be me putting the head unit back on, hooking that up, and then showing you how you can mirror your phone using a couple of different wires. Okay. So I'm just going to try to put you guys where I think you can see everything. Alright. For this part, I'm going to need two hands. So the first thing I'm going to connect, I'm going to tuck all these wires in, and then I'm going to connect my air conditioning controls back up. Then I'm going to connect my hazard light back up. Now, if you guys noticed, I was able to do this the whole time with that extra tray there. That's because this thing does not go down all the way in here. There is a gap. So be mindful if you choose to install a aftermarket radio that there's going to be a gap. The other thing to be mindful of is that this is not a tight fit. I mean, there is gaps, very small, but there are gaps here. The hazard, there's a gap up there. I'll probably do a future video on fixing that. Okay. So now, the only thing that holds this in are the clips. Once you get it all clipped down, it actually does a pretty decent job of holding it in, but if any of you were wondering, like, oh, I'd feel better if it was more secure, this might not be the thing for you. Because, like I said, with this modification, there's a huge gap right here. It is, you can't see it, but it's something that's noticeable. So now I ran my USB wire down through there to my iPhone cable, but I ran those Kenwood wires that I was telling you guys about over here. Now, if if you purchase those, the next set of wires you guys are going to use is a product called iSimple. It has an HDMI port at one end. It's going to have the connectors at the other. And you're going to connect them red to red, white to white, and yellow to yellow. Obviously, then this can all get tucked away in there. Then the next thing you're going to need to do is connect a high quality HDMI cable to it. Okay. Then you need the Apple HDMI USB to your iPhone connector, whatever iPhone you're using. And that's going to allow you to mirror the phone to this deck. So without further ado, let's get this started. Now, I attempted to hook up this stereo wire harness. When I did, I completely lost my iMid display. I lost rear view camera. I lost everything. I could not use any of it at all. You're gonna lose the radio stuff, but you'll have it there, like the information. You retain steering wheel controls, as you saw me pushing here, for the iMid display, at least. Now, if you wanted to upload an image, you would normally have to do it through the center console part. But since we don't have that, if you're going to do this mod, upload an image first before you do it. Otherwise, you won't be able to do it. That is the only bad thing about it. Alright, so now, if we want to mirror the phone, we're going to unlock our phone. And we're going to hook it up. Then, now this is a Pioneer deck. I'm going to go to aux input. And there you go. The phone is now mirrored. It's really that simple to do. And as you can see, I can swipe through. I can do that. I can load up Apple Maps. If you invert the phone like this, you get a large view. And this is how you can get navigation in a car using this type of head unit. I want this route because I wanted navigation, so I sacrificed a few things. Like, if I attempt to increase the volume, it won't work. If I attempt to play music, this will... Ready? Nothing is happening. If I do track, nothing is happening. So without that wire harness, you are going to lose your steering wheel controls. So at that point, you'll have to choose whether or not you want to run a camera or splice it, find the wires that control your camera, factory camera, and splice into those and have it project to this unit if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, like I said, you're going to lose your whole iMid display. I didn't want to lose that, so I just undid the wiring harness, and the second I did, I regained my iMid display. So that's it for this video. If you like it, please leave a thumbs up, consider subscribing. Also, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll try to answer them to the best I can. Alright everyone, thanks for watching.